How's it going, guys? Apple Fox here, back again with another video. Let's be honest, most of the people who own an iPhone are still running the iOS 10 on their devices. And there are also people who like to test a brand new iOS, so they download the beta version of that software. Why am I saying this? That is because in this video I want to talk about the stuff that is part of iOS 10, but it's nowhere to be seen in iOS 11. So we can say that we're gonna miss it. There's still a chance to stay on iOS 10, or if you're already running the iOS 11 beta, there is a possibility to return back to the old version you're familiar with. So maybe this video will help you decide if you want to go for it or not. So let's better get started. The first one just has to be the absence of wallpapers. It's not like you don't have any wallpapers in iOS 11. Of course, you have them, and there is also a new one, so what's the problem? The problem is that Apple keeps removing the backgrounds. It's like we receive one, but lose two or three. That way we still have less and less options to pick from. At the end, when you stay in iOS 10, it's better when it comes to wallpapers. You can still download the iOS 11 background from the internet. By the way, if you want to get this picture, then click on a link in the description, which will take you to my video where I talk about it in deep, and there are some direct links provided too. The next one won't affect everybody, but only those who have a 3D Touch compatible device. Only people rocking iPhone 5s, SE, 6 and 6 Plus have nothing to do with this. So the way you can access multitasking panel in iOS 10 is now gone in iOS 11. Basically, we're talking about forced pressing on the left side of the screen that makes the open apps to show up. It's possible that it happened because of the upcoming iPhone 8. There it wouldn't be possible, and Apple wants to keep the OS consistent on every device. This is possibility as well, but one way or another, it's gone, and if you're used to it, then rather get back to the old double pressing of the home button to access it. This one is quite significant in my opinion, and the issue is that the regular flash that can be accessed in the control center won't light up in case your battery's percentage got lower than 20%. The logic behind this is that the flash itself consumes big amount of battery power, and when you're below 20% you don't want to drain it even more, and I get it. But you only use the flash when you need it. For example, when it's dark outside, to find something you may have lost or whatever it is. When it happens, you don't really care how much battery you have left. You know that it drains faster when the flash is turned on, but you simply need it right now. And the fact that it's not possible really sucks. In iOS 10, when you have Wi-Fi turned on and you're connected to the router, in the control center, when you click on the Wi-Fi icon over there, it disconnects you and turns off Wi-Fi at the same time. But it's different in iOS 11. When performing the very same thing, you just get disconnected while the Wi-Fi is still turned on. When you go inside the settings, there is still the green color in the toggle which shows that it's still turned on. Don't know about you, but I don't like it at all. And lastly, there is this. First of all, it might not appear to be that bad at first, but it really is. I'm talking about the bars to show your signal instead of the dots that we've seen earlier in iOS 10. It's not really obvious like what is the problem, but the dots used to be 5 and the bars are only 4, which means that signal indicator is less accurate in iOS 11. There are people who like to check it, especially in areas where the carrier coverage isn't that strong and people want to know in which spot the signal is strongest. It seems like 4 or 5, it doesn't really matter, but it does. I already talked about the change in my video about iOS 11 running on the iPhone 8, and that the reason why it happened is legit, but kinda sad to see that go. So that's it. These are the things that we got used to in iOS 10 but will miss in the iOS 11. Hope you guys like this video. You can click the like button if you want to as well. If you like my content, then don't hesitate with subscribing because I'm going to keep creating videos. Have an amazing day and see you next time. Peace.